Now that it's 2023 officially, welcome. You're probably looking at a backlog full of books and video games and movies and TV shows, and it's gonna feel overwhelming and terrible. And you keep asking yourself, why do I do this to myself? Why do I keep buying new games when I have like 20 billion old ones that I haven't played through? Or new books when I literally just bought myself new books 2 weeks ago? What am I doing to myself? Why is my backlog growing? And that's what I'm gonna talk about today. Backlogs. Because mine has grown way too big. Like, it's seriously like too big. And it worries me. And the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, everyone has a backlog. Everyone complains about it. So welcome to where I analyze why we have backlogs. Why do they exist? At least for me, why does it exist and why does it stress me out so much? I don't have a goal for 2023 to get rid of the backlog necessarily, but I would like to feel better about it, you know? Like, I don't want to stress so much about it. And it genuinely has things that I want to get to. If you're like me and feeling this existential dread of how did this happen to me? And I thought I had it under control. And who let me spend $500 on books this month and last month and the month before? Then you're not alone, because we all do it. We all have these lists of TV shows, movies, games, books, whatever that we want to get to and just don't have time. Even podcasts. Like, I have so many podcasts, music albums. Why do we do this to ourselves? It's just like... calm down. You need to calm down. It would be one thing if no more media was coming out. If I was like, cool, okay, this is my set backlog. Here it is. This is it. This is all I have to get through. It's all I have to get through. All I have to get through. And they just keep adding things. And then you just like bury me in my backlog, dig up a hole, throw me in, throw all of the games and books that I haven't read and just like bury me there. That'd be nice. Thanks. So unless you have plans to turn into a sparkly vampire a la Twilight and never sleep and just work on backlog stuff, like, you're just like not going to get through it all. Sorry to tell you, you're not going to make it through it all. And for me, that's like devastating. That is a devastating feeling. And I kind of had to dig in deeper, and I'm like, why? Why is that devastating that I'm not going to make it through every video game that I've bought or book or like that is out there that I'm interested in? Why is this dreadful to me? And why can't I make this icky feeling go away? Like, go away, please. I want to enjoy the things I bought. Thanks. So why do we even feel icky? Why do we stress out about this backlog, this list of media content that we may not get through? Would we be happy if we even got through it? Is that what's going to bring happiness? I don't know. I don't know. But that's what I thought about. And those are the thoughts that kept me up at night. Okay, I'm going to be honest, like, when I was thinking about backlogs, it just kept my mind jumbled, much like my list. And so I wrote things down on my phone, and I was combing through Reddit for research, because that's how low of a rock bottom I hit. And this was on the subreddit Patient Gamers. And it asks, how do you deal with games you'll never play? Like, wow, existential dread. Thank you. That's what I wanted. They said, I'm starting to realize that there are games I've bought, downloaded, fully want to play, but will never get around to it. I could make a bucket list and force myself to at least open each one and put a few hours in, but that would be at the expense of something else, be it another hobby, time with a loved one, or sleep. Yeah. Welcome to the problem with having a list of a lot of content that just like takes over. I mean, back in the olden days when there wasn't a lot around, like technology, the technology was the wheel, and like cool and all, but the wheel ain't bringing you Red Dead Redemption 2 or Horizon Zero Dawn. The wheel ain't doing that. Like, what did you spend your time doing? Like, hoop and stick. You played hoop and stick. There was your entertainment. And yes, they told each other stories and all that, but there wasn't social media telling you all of the cool things that are coming out, or commercials and advertisements for these new releases of video games. They didn't have E3. They didn't have a whole conference dedicated to showing trailers of things you can't have yet and that you want to play. Hoop and stick. Those were your options. So now we have more options, and almost too many options. We produce a lot of media and a lot of content, and like, I don't know, there's this need to feel relevant when consuming it. At least for me, that's my problem. Okay, I have FOMO. I have this need to consume all the content because I want to feel relevant to my friends, to the people I talk to. You played that new Pokemon game, that Violet and Scarlet, man? Yeah, I need to get a day of and play it so I can join the garbage dumpster fire train that is the graphics of this game. And oh my goodness, did they even polish it? I don't know, but like I need to be part of that conversation. And so I bought the game. I bought the game knowing full well that I had like 10 other games that I've had for longer that I need to play through, but like I had to play this game at this time. And should I feel guilty for that? It wasn't at the top of my list of games to play. It was like, I don't know, is it at the bottom? If it's new, does it get put to the bottom or does it get put to the top? Does it matter? Does it matter if I enjoyed the game? Or maybe I didn't enjoy the game. Did I put it down if I didn't enjoy the game? Like, these lists are complicated, okay? People are complicated. We have too much media. That was the point of that. Too much media. You need to calm down and stop writing so much stuff. But like, also it's kind of a great and wonderful and beautiful thing because there's so much media out there that like, there's something for everyone. But it also means that you have to sort through a bunch of crap. Like just sift through a bunch of crap. We kind of face this like problem where we're plagued with too much media on our list. And like, what do we even do with the list? Do we try to make a goal to finish it in 2023? Like, am I going to play through every video game that I own / want to own in 2023, including new releases? Is that going to make me happy? Probably not. For me, it's a question I think we all have to ask ourselves. Will getting through this list actually make me happy? I remember back when I used to do the Bookstagram thing back in the day, basically like book influencing, book reviews, reading all the books and trying to keep up and getting through my backlog list. Like it felt like a chore. Like I had so many unread books on my shelves and it bothered me and I felt the need to read it, but also keep up with the latest trends and read the latest releases. And it just like reading was not fun anymore. It was work, which it's fine if that was my job, but it wasn't. It was my hobby. What was I doing? Why did I let it become work that wasn't making me any money? Like it wasn't making me happy to get through my backlog list. I dreaded every new book that came out because I knew it was something I would just have to add to the list. And I was already like a decade behind. Finishing that list wouldn't have made me happy. In fact, what made me happy was stepping away, deciding that I was only going to read things that I wanted to read. And I didn't care if they were the new and next big thing that everyone was talking about, or if they were like 20 years old and no one cared about them anymore. I was going to read the books that I wanted to read and get rid of the ones that I didn't want to read on my shelf that I was like, well, the internet made me and they said this would be really good and I feel like I have to give my thoughts on it or I'm not valid. Like, no, bye. Get out. And I feel that way with all of my backlog things. Like, why am I consuming this media? Is it for a job? Is it for entertainment? Is it to make me happy? Most of the times it's to make me happy. It's because I want to consume the media. There's so many good things out there that can only be experienced through different mediums. There are so many cool video games out there that just tell a story in a way that nothing else can. Same with books, same with movies. Like I want it all. And I want to enjoy it all. I don't want to feel like it's a checklist, it's a to-do list, and it's homework. Because homework sucks. So that's why in 2023, and like for a little bit now, if I don't like the thing, I'm not going to play or read the thing. Like I don't have to. If other people found enjoyment from it, like good for them. Like kudos, claps for them. Give them a cookie. They deserve a cookie. But if it's not doing it for me, goodbye. And that means like, even if I don't finish the game, then I don't finish the game. Like if I got my enjoyment out of it, I gave it a fair shot. I'm like, this was good. That was a good experience. Then I'm just going to be done. Who cares? I don't care. It allows me to find the media that I do want and the things that I like do want to play or read or watch. So it brings me back to my question of like, would I even be happy if I finished my backlog? Would you be happy if you finished your backlog? I think that's something you have to answer for yourself. I can't answer it for you. For me, yes and no. It depends on my reason. Am I doing it because I'm enjoying the time I spend with that media, or am I doing it to say I did it and like rub it in everyone's faces that I can finish a backlog and they can't? I don't know. I would like to get through a lot of the video games this year, especially the ones that I already own. That might be a goal of mine in 2023 or whatever year it is. But like maybe some years that's with books. Maybe some years I don't do that at all. Like I just want to enjoy the media. So I think my goal is to enjoy the media that's on my list of things to consume. And if I'm not enjoying it, get out. Goodbye. Because really that's what it comes down to. At least for me, I play video games because I like them. I like to engage in a story in an interactive way. I like the community surrounding them. I like a lot of things about them, and I'm not going to play them if I'm bored out of my mind or if I'm hating it. I can still interact with the community and say I hated a game. They might come at me with pitchforks, but like I could do it. Same with books. Like I want to read something because it's good and enjoyable, not because some random person on TikTok said it was the best thing ever and it's just like trash. Like I read a book like that. I read a trash book, and you know what? I had so much fun reading it, not because it was good writing, but because I had fun reading it with a friend. We made fun of it. There's a reason. There's a reason we consume media, whether it's for entertainment, work, study. We're dissecting something. We want to know what happens in the Star Wars universe and ignore the latest 3 movies that came out, or however you want to count them. Those episodes don't exist. Maybe that's why we're watching Star Wars media and they're making so much of it. Or maybe like we think that we can still keep up with the MCU that Disney is releasing, and we want to watch all of the things because in our minds we think maybe it'll get better. Like, will it get better? Please get better. Please. And maybe it's because we want to vote in Game of the Year, and we feel like the only way to vote in that poll that doesn't even matter, like it doesn't matter, but maybe we think we need to play all the games. I don't know. I think you just need to decide why do I consume this media and what am I doing it for? For me, that's enough. For me to know that I want to play these games because I love these games, or I'm having fun, or it's fun to talk about it with a friend, or it's something I've been wanting to do and I'm enjoying the experience and the story and the immersiveness. Like that's enough for me. Who cares what score it gets on Metacritic or however you find your video game ratings? Like if it's something I'm enjoying, I'm going to keep enjoying it, and I'm not going to stress that it's on a backlog and that my backlog keeps growing. And if I just focus on playing things and reading things that I enjoy and filling my time with things that I enjoy and can find enjoyment and entertainment and happiness in, then that's what I'm going to do. So there you go. Tips to tackling a backlog. Just enjoy it. Make a list, sure, whatever. But also like don't stress if you don't get to it. Don't let the backlog zap your experience of joy. Like don't let it make you hate the thing that you're doing. You are looking forward to doing the thing. You should enjoy doing that thing. So there you go. Backlogs. Do I have more thoughts on them? I have a lot more thoughts on backlogs, and maybe I'll research more about it and the psychology of it. But those are just like my takes, my opinions based on my experiences with it. And I'm looking forward to the year that I'm going to have with the media I consume, doing it intentionally and only consuming things that I'm really passionate about, or I really like, or I have a good reason to, aside from it was on my list and someone told me to do it. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll talk to you in the next one.